It's going to be steamy today.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to PreMarket Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I almost feel like I didn't have enough music. We needed to get to the beat drop before we.
Yeah. We'll get it going.
I'm getting ready for Andrew's rave coming up at the end of the month. So it's
that's right, man. That's right. And
it's EDM music concert, whatever you call it. I don't know. For an old guy, it all feels like a rave.
It all sounds the same, Peter. It all sounds the same, right? Just
exactly.
There you go.
It's about, these concerts are always about 4 hours of do. That's all I got. So, anyways, but it'd be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. What I'm not looking forward to is the markets. They have been pretty, sorry to get technical, but pretty icky this week, yesterday and today. Like, I haven't liked them. Yesterday especially, terrible trading at the open. Couple of trading bad opportunities midday, but not much. Like, Carlos, it's been light compared to what we're used to.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this was a very big taste of like summer style trading yesterday. If you look at the SPY on the 15-minute, 5-minute, it did nothing. You look at Tesla. Let me show you Tesla. Let me show you how bad this was, right? Let's go look at a 5-minute here on Tesla yesterday. I mean, I have never seen Tesla trade this horrible. Look at this.
Yeah,
it's just brutal, really brutal. Bad. And if you look at and even NVIDIA, same thing. Look at how wicky this is, right? It's just no continuation. And if you look at the overall market, this is what you were getting, just nothing, right? So this was, I mean, I felt like I was in the middle of August, summer trading and just kind of waiting for things to pick up again. That was what it was like yesterday. Towards the end, you got a little pop here on the SPY and a couple of things rally, like NVIDIA. We see them gapping up today. But yeah, man, it was bad. We just need something just better than that and we'll be okay. It was so bad. Quick look at our gappers list today. We got a couple of things in the green, some news on CrowdStrike. I know that. We also have some earnings. I don't see all of them on here this morning. Again, not big earnings like the ones we're used to seeing from big companies that give us good opportunities, but there's still some out there that are happening between today and tomorrow. And then gapping down, we have some other stocks as well. Again, just not really great trading tickers. So, Peter, economic data, I know this probably not a lot for today. I know tomorrow we have a bunch of great stuff happening on Friday, but anything today that can spice this up a little bit? This market is not looking too hot right now.
No, we do have some economic data so first we can start with the non-farm payrolls. So this is basically the growth in employment over the last month. The numbers came out at 8:15 this morning. Not something that the market tends to react to a lot, but it might be worth talking about. That came out and a little bit lower than expectation. 173,000 new jobs was the expectation. Came out at 152,000. And I'm just checking the market here, and the market did a little dipsy doodle, but didn't really do much. So that's a non-event. The other two are not that significant. 945 is the S&P, PMI numbers basically, and then at 10 a.m. we've got the ISM services. I was going to mention something about this PMI. The PMI number. I don't know. It's funny because this is one that's rated as got a high. Relatively high market impact, but I don't trust it. And I'm just showing you I'm not sure if we can expand that view there. Throwing our poor editor here, Brent, for a turn. But anyways, I put in sort of the numbers for the last year. What I don't like about this number is it looks like basically all they're doing, and this is going to get into my feeling of analysts and some of these numbers, but this feels like a very lazy analysis. Basically, what they've done is they've taken the previous month's number and made it the next month's forecast, if you look at the numbers. That's basically all they've done. Every time, they take the previous month's number and they make it the next month's forecast. Almost always, and that's exactly what's happened this month. we overshot it last month, so they took that number and made it this month's forecast. So, can we really trust that this is if it varies, does it mean anything? Feels like it doesn't really, because it feels like somebody's just making this stuff up. So anyways, Leland, I agree with you. But anyways, I just thought I'd mention that. This is why sometimes you need to be skeptical about the numbers. Some are legitimate. You really need to watch them. What matters is how the market reacts to them more than the number itself. So just thought I would share that quickly, that sometimes the numbers are suspect, but what we look for is how is the market going to react to this number. So anyways, 9:45, we'll see this PMI. I don't expect the market to really care that much. And then at 10 a.m., the ISM services. However, like we were just talking about, if the market stays as bad as it is, right, they may be looking for any excuse to react to something. So we may see an overreaction. We'll just wait and see. I'm not counting on anything. Thank goodness my trading is not open dependent, that I wait until a little bit later in the day, because I can sort of ride out the choppiness if we get it again today like we did yesterday, because like Carlos was just showing us, it was horrible yesterday. It really, really was. So you're better off to keep your powder dry unless you really found one of the few offerings that were good, which a few did. Eamon in the room got a great trade yesterday, and I know a couple of other members were posting their trades, and there were good trades to be had, but they were fewer and far between. So let's hope that today is better. We do have some earnings though, so I'm looking forward to telling you guys about those. So let's get to the gappers and go from there. And I put Carlos to sleep. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
There he is.
Our buddies over on YouTube are telling us to give the market yesterday an entire garbage truck, and we probably should. The SPY should get a complete garbage truck for yesterday's action. That's how bad that was. But yeah, friends, let's take a look here. This morning, we'll look at our gappers list over on YouTube. If you haven't done so, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. It helps us a ton. And also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We're live every single morning when the market is open. And we will take you through the market open as well with Brian and today Lenny taking you through the market open at 9:30. So stay tuned for that. All right, quick look at our gappers list. Let's take a look on the first one we have here. Is going to be WKME. So WKME looks brutal. Looks like a buyout, up 42%, and just stuck right under 1370. With 900,000 shares traded. So not looking good. Walk me. Walk me. So I'm not sure what that is, but
I don't think we've ever traded this. Never heard of it, but it is a big acquisition. So one of the big players in the industry, German company SAP, is buying WalkMe. So you called it right. It is a buyout. And the price action pretty much tells that tale, right? Whenever you see that big rise early in the morning and then flatlining, normally that's a buyout. But it is a pretty big buyout. They're looking to, they've approved the buyout at $14 a share. So as you can see, the price is sitting just below that $14 offer, which values this at around $1.5 billion. So I have no idea what WalkMe does, but apparently SAP is interested in them. So go for it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I heard them. I heard them buying something this morning. I didn't know it was this one. And if I look at their workflows better with WalkMe, so yeah, I guess some workflow stuff that can fit in with them. So, all right, let's take a look here, guys. We have next one on the list. It's not going to be a great trader, so we'll skip on that one. HP is on deck today. That's HPE is the ticker, and they are up 16.2%. 1.4 million shares traded, so definitely in play today. Normally, the stock doesn't get no volume, doesn't trade well, but today they're making some noise. Looks like earnings last night, Peter. Big pop.
Correct, exactly. They had earnings after the close yesterday, and had a good quarter. They beat their numbers top and bottom line. What's more impactful, frankly, is that this is actually was one of their best quarters since 2016. And they used the magic words. They basically said it's mostly due to the increase in AI server sales. So everybody loves it when you say AI. And look, this is nothing that we don't know, really. I guess we shouldn't be surprised, right? HP does a lot of sort of back-end network servers, infrastructure, IT infrastructure type stuff. And you know what? We know the companies are gearing up. Everybody wants to have an AI offering and not be left behind. Whether you're trying to use improved AI to flip burgers or devise new supply chains, everybody's investing in AI. So, and HPE would be one of the vendors that puts, AI oriented systems, I guess, together for them. So, a good quarter for them. HPE's it can be a tough trader. It actually looks pretty good pre-market, I've got to admit. I was surprised. I was looking at it. We're at 1.4 million shares so far today, and the price action isn't bad. It's not fantastic, but it's not bad. So, maybe for now, anyways, absolutely putting on the list. We'll see if we get better stuff, but it's not bad.
Yeah. We got our YouTube friends spamming the chat AI. So everybody just type in AI there so we can help the algorithm think that we're talking about something important here, and it will help us increase
I'll do it
our
too.
reach. So yeah, it's just AI everything. I'm gonna change my name to Carlos AI Moreta. Why not? It's just all positive when it comes to AI. Let's take a look at the next one here.
Right? So
Yeah, man. Jeez, just mention AI and you're gapping up.
Yeah, might as well play the game.
HBE. Yeah, let's just go with the trend. HBI this morning, we were up 14.5, 305,000 shares traded. Haynes brand, this is a shirt company, I think, right? Haynes brand, yeah, of course.
Yep.
I never thought about
And underwear
being a ticker. Yes, and underwear, yeah. I don't think we ever traded this company, but they're up today for 15%, 306,000 shares traded. Anything you like on this one, Peter? I don't like it much today.
Well, yeah, I didn't know they had a separate sportswear business, but apparently they do, and they're selling it to Champion. Champion is their sportswear business that they're selling to Authentic Brands for about 1.2 billion. Oh, I didn't know they owned Champion. That's interesting. Okay, so there you go. Haynes Brands owned the Champion brand, and they're selling it to Authentic Brands Group for $1.2 billion. And that's obviously going to give a rise to the books because they're cashing out on that business. They sort of relieve some complexity. Authentic Brands is taking that on. I guess the market feels it's a fairly good deal. So just looking to see if I can see any details. I don't know what the actual breakdown of that price is. I suppose it doesn't matter. It's coming off the HBI inventory, and they're getting about 1.5 billion is the deal price, but 300 million of that is going to be some performance threshold. So 1.2 guaranteed. So good news for HBI. Carlos, I don't know what to expect of this. I don't know that I've ever seen it as a tradable stock intraday. So, my assumption will be it's not going to be great. I mean, if I see the regular daily volume, I think we're well below 1 million shares. Let me just confirm that.
Yeah, a little bit higher, but it's just no movement. It's like around 4 or 5.
Yeah, actually they do. 4.9 million I see is the average. So they do trade enough volume that maybe it'll be worthwhile, but I don't know. I don't know what to expect. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, not gonna hold my breath on this one. I'll put it here as a secondary, just to kind of look. I mean, if this market was anything like it was yesterday, we'll have space to watch this one. So HBI secondary for now. Let's hope we get something better than yesterday. CRWD, on the other hand, these guys are gapping up 11.3, 500,000 shares traded almost. You can see here just some movement last night. Peter, this stock doing very, very well this morning. What's the latest and greatest?
They had earnings after the close yesterday, so it was really only this one, CrowdStrike and HPE, that we were watching for earnings after the close. They had good numbers, so they beat their earnings in the quarter, and they said that they're raising their guidance due to the strength of their cyber business. So cyber doesn't have the same cachet that AI does, but it used to be one of those big, growth buzzwords way back when. So I don't know. I mean, it's going okay this morning. I think I was looking earlier. The volume, see, they're just around 500,000, but they've been there for at least half an hour now. So I'm not sure again what to expect of this. Sometimes this trades well, sometimes it doesn't. Carlos, like you said, with so few things, the last couple of days on our list, might be worth adding, but I don't have high hopes on it.
Yeah, another one. Just gonna slam them right here in our secondary list and see where that goes. I mean, I'm not sure. Next on there is SMR. I mean, I got other tickers I prefer to watch over this one. SMR is on our list again. It seems like it's on the list every single day here, guys. Nuke scale power supply. and they're up 3.7. What a drop yesterday. So I don't know what took place here, but look at this, Peter. They had some kind of fallout here. So big drop yesterday as far as relative to their price. I don't know. That was a great drop, actually. I don't know if you're gonna get that type of action today. Typically, not my favorite ticker to look at. I don't know if it's in play today. It has light volume. It did so yesterday as well. So this drop came really out of nowhere. I'm not sure what drove it, but if you look at the pre-market action, it's not a whole lot of volume here either. So again, just this continues to trade off their original news. A couple of, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. I'm not interested in this one, Peter. Not sure if you are.
No, not really. I mean, they've had some news. They've got a deal that they're doing out of Ghana, but it's I don't like it as a trading stock. At least I haven't found any good price action that I've wanted to jump in on.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna leave it alone. I personally don't like the way it trades. Let's look at IREN this morning. We are up 3.6 here, 203,000 shares traded. It seems to have had a nice breakout 11 here yesterday in the trading session. So big move towards from $8 towards 9.30. Continues to just trend higher. It's finding a way to move higher and higher here. Again, typically not a great stock for the opening range, as you can see here. Horrible market open that first hour or so. They get better later in the day. I'm just gonna skip on it, man. It's just not one that I like. Peter, do you like this one? Have you been watching it at all?
I have not, because I don't like it either. I mean, we've seen it on our list few times, right? This Iris Energy company out of
Yep.
Australia, but once again, I don't know. I don't know if this is dual traded. I really have no idea, but I haven't been able to find good price action. That being said, if you look at yesterday's chart, if you were patiently watching it all day, you could have got a great run up on it. But I probably wouldn't have seen the entry to it. So there's a couple like that, Carlos, that are sort of almost these sleeper stocks. Dell is another one. The last few days, it's
Dow.
been
Yeah.
actually been getting moves that I keep saying, I should watch Dell because it's making decent moves that you could profit from. But then I don't watch it, and it, I just wait for others to mention it. But again, yesterday wasn't great, but the move off the open on Dell was awesome, right? You can just see it right at the beginning, but you had to be fast. So.
Yeah. I That could be one to watch today. I mean, yesterday was pure chop, obviously, with many of the tech stocks and everything else that was moving with the overall market. Could be something here happening today. I like their gap down they had a few days ago. Maybe an overreaction that can start trending higher, but we just need better market conditions for that to take place. All right, heading towards the bottom, guys. I'm going to skip around. I'm not going to go through all of this here. This list is growing a little bit as the time is moving forward. I'm just going to look at Mara, and then I'll let you guys call anything else out there that looks good that you want to go over. So we'll look at Mara and Bitcoin. I said Mara, Riot. We'll look at coin as well. Right now, they're up 2% this morning. Very interesting daily here. Just stuck in this range at the moment. Trying to break out. The few days that has tried to break out has been pushed back down. So this morning, trying to do that as well. Coin, not a whole lot of volume. Wow, coin actually had. Well, here's a stock that actually moved yesterday. Had a decent day. It seems like it traded very well. Trended higher from 230 all the way to 246, as high as that. So that's pretty nice. Beautiful day there. Let's take a look at Riot. Is the last one that we like out of all these Bitcoin type plays. Not doing anything, no pre-market activity, so pretty much dead when it comes to Riot. So let's take a look at all BTC hashtag BTC. Anything
Yeah,
there?
I was going to say Bitcoin prices seem to be what are driving this. If you look at it on the daily, it's at the top end of its range. I think we're sitting at about 71,700, 71,660 right now on Bitcoin prices. But it's at the high end of that range, and if it gets over 72,000, you can see it'll beat the high that it set back around the 20th of May. So it's right there. But again, remember, a lot of the moves happens after the market hours. So I don't expect this to happen during the day. While it's possible, it may not be totally likely. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with Bitcoin prices. For the moment, like you said, Carlos, it's sort of like you can watch the ones that you like, but you never know if they're going to move or not. So on a slow day, why not? On a busy day, I would take a look at other things.
Yeah. I I'm not sure. I like the way coin traded yesterday, so I do like that. What is it going to do today? I'm not aware of how great it's going to be. So I'm going to add just maybe coin. I know it can be a hit or miss with this one, especially with the spread and the volatility. We just got to be careful. But I'll keep BTC here and I'll keep coin. I mean, just traded so clean yesterday. Maybe we can get something out of that. All right. Before I hop over to our gap down, Peter, anything else you like on the gap up that I didn't cover?
What's gapping up? All right. Well, we talked about a few of them. How about a couple in the food services industry that had earnings this morning that I'll mention? Well, first, actually, I should mention CORZ. I'm surprised to see it on the list. It was, I thought, just a flash in the pan yesterday. Actually didn't provide any good trading, in my opinion. It really didn't. I'm just taking a look here, make sure I didn't miss anything. But yeah, yesterday's trading was not good during the market hours, but it's weird that it's gapping up again today. So I don't know. Maybe it'll be a second day play on that. But anyways, going to earnings, I wanted to mention too, like I said, food services earnings. Campbell's Soup is one of those tickers I'm always amazed that is actually independent. CPB is the ticker on that bad boy. Beat their numbers and are gapping up slightly. They typically don't get a lot of volume pre-market, so I wouldn't expect much out of them. The other one is I think it's called It's UNFI, Unify Foods. Relatively big. United Natural Foods is what it's called. Sorry, and they had mixed earnings, missed on revenue, beat on bottom line, but are gapping up a little bit this morning. So those are the two on the gap up list. I have a couple more in the gap down that we can talk about when we get there.
All right, excellent. Let's hop over to our gap down
Actually,
list this morning. Leading the way is, go ahead.
maybe I could jump in with one that our members were mentioning that I was looking up. ASNS. This is a great example of a low float stock that you got to be very, very careful with. It is up like 800% this morning. ASNS is the ticker on that. Yes, they've got news. They've got a military deal where they're providing services to 3 different U.S. military bases. But this is a super low float, very low capitalized company. Just be very cautious. Whoever it was that was mentioning in the room, yeah, it looks exciting, and sure, it moved from 50 cents to $4, which gets your 800%. But the percentage move on this is extreme, and you've got to be very careful if you're trying to make money, because you can lose money just as quickly. So this is the type of stock we typically tell you to be careful of, and it leads to a message that I wanted to share. If you want to trade these, we don't want to dissuade you from it, but just understand how to manage the risk on it. And one of the things that we teach at Bearable Traders all the time is that it's as important to understand how to preserve your capital or stay out of trouble, as I like to word it, as it is to understand how to trade profitably. Those are equally important skills. I would argue, staying out of trouble is actually more important in the long run, because the more you can do that, the better positioned you are to capitalize on the opportunities that you truly take. And that's something that I've sort of put into the core of my philosophy, for example. And while I struggle with being an under trader, it keeps me out of a lot of trouble. So when I do trade, I usually have a fair, good confidence in it, and I'm able to do that while having preserved my capital, right? I'm not coming from behind every day or have a bunch of big losses I got to make up from. So usually treats me fairly well. So always keep that in mind, right? How do I manage my risk while seeking profits? And if you can't figure out how to do both, then you're better off to just sit on the sidelines, wait for another opportunity, in my opinion.
Yeah. Friends, let's get to our list here. Next one is MLGO. This morning, these guys are down 36%. This popped up yesterday. They went from $1.50 over to $5, all the way to 15, and just right back down for a second day play here. How was going to be in play? I don't know. I know this has done this in the past before, and then it just comes back slamming down again. We did it back in February, and I think there was another time we did it as well. Here's another time in December, which is a lot bigger. You can see it went to 150 and came right back down. So just be very careful. Usually the second day plays are not great. I'm not going to be watching it. I can't even short it. Not that I would probably trade this anyway, but just be mindful of that. And I'm sure is there any even news on it, right?
I don't see anything. This is a Chinese stock called Micro Algo. 1.7 million shares in the float. So
Yeah.
It absolutely goes into the high risk bucket, and not one that I like. I mean, basically, we've traded the float already this morning, which already tells me it's in the high risk category. So great that it moved up so much yesterday. No idea why. It's gapping down this morning.
Mhm.
Just the second day sort of retracement. Being that what I don't know what it means either way, I am avoiding this one like the plague. Not going anywhere near it.
Yeah. Yeah. Next on the list is going to be MNMD. So Mind Medicine. That's it. Mind
Yeah,
Medicine. Mind Ment. Okay.
my
Cool.
medicine.
Um,
Easy for you to say.
they are, yeah, they are down 10%, 327,000 shares traded. Looks
Mhm.
like garbage, guys. I mean, I'm not going to touch this. Let's give it a big old garbage truck, and we'll move on to the next one, Peter, unless you want to say something about this one. I just don't like it.
I'll just mention, yes. I mean, they're down a little bit today because they did provide an update to the FDA advisory committee about the status of one of their drugs, and it did not get them sort of off the bad boy list, or at least release that drug for further testing. So it's basically it wasn't good news. It wasn't disastrous news, but it wasn't the good news they were hoping for. And it looks like the stock is getting pushed down. But like you said, looks horrible. We've probably already talked too much about it.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, that $1 trial you're seeing there on YouTube, join the community for $1 is for 7-day access to the chat. We will make it free, but if we do $1, then we have all the AI bots joining, and that would be
Yeah,
problematic. So $1 gets you in 7-day access, onboarding class every Monday night with myself, so you can join that. You can bring your questions. I mean, you can't get a better deal anywhere for that price, really. So, and you can see how we trade for the entire day, right? We go on after 8:30. We
yeah,
start at 8 with engineering the markets all the way to 4. Peter, you come on at the end of the day for the close. Thor
yeah.
comes on. All the moderators throughout the day are trading. So definitely take advantage of that. Really, really amazing deal.
It's amazing how
Let's
this
take a look.
AI is everywhere, and everybody's expecting it to make lots of money, but they're always broke. Either that or just really cheap, because we just need to charge $1, and that keeps all the AI bots out. So
Yeah, they're not willing to pay $1.
they're
So
not willing to
very
pay. So that's
interesting.
how we
Yeah.
differentiate real members, the people whom we want in the room, versus the bots, which because we've made that mistake before. We'll admit it. As an organization, we tried and said we
Oh,
just
yeah, yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to
We
give
did that.
people an
Yeah.
opportunity, and we just gave just join us for free, and it was a disaster because all the bots started spamming the chat, and nobody could actually have a conversation because it was horrible. So we've
Yeah.
learned just charge $1. We just do that to differentiate real from bad, not to get your credit card. We promise you that, by the way, right? You will not be automatically upsold on anything after it's over. You have a choice, of course, of joining if you want. If you don't, you don't have to worry about like going and sort of canceling anything, or you get automatically charged as these things happen. That's not how we operate. So
Yeah. That's another great question. Why do we stop streaming after an hour? You know what? We got to pay the bill somehow. you know, all this stuff is not free. So somebody's got to pay the light bills to keep this show running. So yeah, if you become a member, you get access to a bunch of stuff. So yeah, this is not a charity, that's for sure. FSM, let's take a look at the next one. We are up, we're down. But I'll tell you this, you're gonna get the best value there is out there. You
you
guys, I
bet.
mean, in the members, in the chat room, how much value you're getting out of what you're paying, right? And me and Peter, especially the ones telling Andrew this is way too cheap, but Andrew loves it that way. For the amount of value you're getting, it's just ridiculous, right? So try it
Yeah.
out. Best way to do is to try it out. Not convinced, try a
There
month.
you
So,
go. Thank you.
all right, friends,
Thank you everybody for the great
FSM.
feedback. Well, there you go. Look at that.
Yeah, you can see in
Wow.
chat people joining here. Ask the people that paid. Ask the ones that are members. FSM guys, we are down 8.6 this morning, 543,000 shares traded, and big drop today. Not a whole lot of movement so far. What's the float on this, by the way? It doesn't look low. Okay,
300,000,
it's
300
302
million, sorry.
million. Yeah, it's pretty big. What's the news, Peter?
Yeah.
Worth watching? Is this thing going to get on fire and get going later?
Probably not. This is a silver miner.
Yeah.
Usually mining companies don't move that well, right? There's a couple of sectors that we typically avoid. At the top of the list are miners, oil and gas producers. Then we can sort of move to some of the other sectors that we typically avoid because they don't trade well, right? Like a lot of some of the foreign companies that are dual listed, banks, especially mid-sized banks. Anyways, there's a bunch of those that we don't trade. This is right in that category. They do have news. They've issued a secondary offering, 200 22.5 million worth of secondary notes, but that's not. No, I lie. Sorry, it's 150 million is the total offering value. 22.5 is just the first tranche that's coming out. But anyways, it's usually when you issue a secondary, it's dilutive to their stock price, and that's what you're seeing this morning. So.
Yeah. Don't like it. Moving on to nothing else because there's nothing else on the gap down list. Peter, anything else on the gap down that you like this morning before we get to our community and our
Just
YouTube
two other
comments?
earnings plays from this morning. Dollar Tree, DLTR. Dollar Tree, basically met their numbers. They were pretty right on target with their quarterly earnings, so nothing wrong going on there. But the market is pushing them down a little bit this morning. No big news. Dollar Tree, one of the few companies I haven't heard talk about AI. So I don't know. It's maybe they need to. That's what they're missing. They need to I don't know how you'd use AI. I guess they could do it for inventory management, I suppose, at the Dollar Tree. But I was actually at a dollar store to digress for a second, and I actually made it a purpose. I was at the dollar store just buying something random. It doesn't matter what, but I was looking for anything that was priced $1, and I couldn't find it. There's nothing for $1 anymore
There's
at all these
nothing for a
dollar
dollar.
stores. No, they
No.
were all like, I was looking at stuff and it was like 3.25 or 250, or I'm like, that's not, you're going to change your name. It's not the dollar store anymore. Is that because it's Canadian? I don't know. I mean, we used to have dollar stores where things were $1. So it's $1.25. I don't know. I mean, everything was all just like low priced, but not $1. Anyways, I just
It's an inflated dollar. It's a
the
dollar
inflated
including
dollar,
inflation. Yeah. It's $1 plus
I
inflation. That's what we're getting.
remember when. And get off my lawn.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. The last one I was going to mention is a company that missed their opportunity. I don't know how they possibly made this error, but it's THO. I'm only mentioning it for our good buddy Thor in the room, one of our most awesomest traders. Yes, I did that grammatically incorrect on purpose. But why did they not use the ticker Thor? I mean, they're Thor Industries. It's the name of the company.
Is it taken?
If you look up the ticker Thor, it's not taken. Nobody's using it. I don't understand why why not use Thor?
Failed.
I totally missed opportunity here. However, they did have earnings and they beat their numbers on the quarter. I'm just disappointed in their ticker name. So
someone should get fired in the marketing department. How old is this company? That's why it's a really old company. Back in the days, NIC likes three. They like 3 tickers.
Yeah, okay. You know what, Carlos? You're right. I didn't look back at the history. Yeah. They've been around long enough, and it's a New York Stock Exchange stock when there was only 3-letter tickers.
Yeah.
So
it was a sin to do 5 and 4 tickers back then. This thing goes back to 1996. So that's the explanation.
That's why. Yeah. All right. So there's a reasonable explanation. I still think it would have been worth changing the ticker name when
you could have renamed it.
Yeah.
Come into 2020, anything's possible.
Yeah. I think it honestly would help their trading. But anyways, they had earnings. They typically don't trade a lot of volume, but I always like pointing out Thor Industries. I would like to see Thor on the board of that, actually. Our Thor. That would be, I think, fantastic. But we'll have to petition for that or something. See if you can get on this storied old. I don't even know, what does Thor Industries even do. I really don't know. Anyways, we'll have to look
hammers. Hammers,
that would be awesome if they made
that'd be great if that's what they did.
That would be fantastic.
All right, friends. Wow. Look at this watch list. There is nothing that we love this morning out of this entire gap list that we went through, right? So just based on what we trade, we got some possibles on here, CoinDell, CrowdStrike, right? But I have nothing on my main list that I love. So
this is wow. They make RVs.
Oh, okay.
Thor and the Sportsman RVs you see, that's a Thor brand. You know what? Thor could hook one of those bad boys up to his big trucks that he's got out there, drive one around, he would love that, man. He would be an awesome spokesperson. I think that's the petition we need to make. If anybody's listening from Thor Industries out there, we love you despite your ticker name.
Reach out to Thor.
You need Thor. Yeah, I think he would help you go viral, man, and market the heck out of those. Just hook one up to the back of his his SUV, and you'd
Hummer.
be
Guess
off
that's
to
a
the
Hummer.
races. Yeah, I don't think he's got that anymore,
Yeah.
but I think he's got the big GMC or whatever he's got. So, anyways, all right, enough about
Excellent.
Thor. I thought it was just always good.
That
So
is
Thor, I
awesome.
don't even is Thor
That's
even
awesome.
on yet today? He's normally here, but I don't see him yet. Anyways,
I haven't seen. Yeah.
couple other tickers I wanted to mention. What continues to be good despite the bad market yesterday, still opportunity in the semiconductor sector. So AMD and Nvidia, both, you had to be really patient at the open. Nvidia, like you were saying about Tesla yesterday, Nvidia was horrible at the open, really, really like choppy, bad price action. But it straightened out a little bit later in the day, provided a few opportunities. AMD was slightly better, but there's still good trading on it. So I still think they're worth watching. And despite how bad Tesla was, of course, we got to keep an eye on it. It was always good. One that was surprisingly good and has been for the last little while is Microsoft. We haven't talked a lot about Microsoft. It's just one of those. It's just one of those companies that just is there and just keeps on churning away. And Microsoft's one of those companies that I'm thinking way back in the '80s, I should have just put a couple of bucks in Microsoft and sat back. But oh well, didn't do that.
Yeah.
It's been moving well. It's off the all-time highs that it had set back at the end of April, early May, but it's still just slowly doing its thing and grinding away there. So some more stable opportunities out of Microsoft potentially if you're interested in trading it. So that's what I've got to mention to you guys this morning.
All right, excellent. Friends, let's get over to our chat, see what you guys like today. We'll start here with Scott. You're giving us CRM this morning. This is Salesforce. They're up slightly after a big drop a couple of days ago. I think this is the first time they reported an actual negative kind of outcome, not outcome, negative, I think forecast, right? So first time they've done it in like 20 years. So obviously reacting to that.
Yeah.
How is it going to trade today? Volume is pretty light. I think this will be a good swing type trade if we maybe have an overreaction. As far as day trading, I don't see it good right now. Something that's going to trade very well. I think the volume is going to go right back down to its regular trading volume, which is very light. This is normally we're not talking about CRM, so I won't have it on my list. But I'm telling you, the daily look good if you are looking to possibly do a swing trade or kind of close this gap here. So be on the lookout for that. On JD here this morning, I see, again, just no volume whatsoever. They're gapping up slightly. I just don't think this is in play, right? So we'll have to see how the market treats it today. Bailey's probably the same thing, probably slightly up with all the Chinese tickers. But again, no volume. If I'm going to look at one of these, it's going to be Baba, right? So Baba 720,000. It looks like it's trying to find some support here. I like the way Baba trades if it can get the volume and can get moving. So I'll watch him today. I mean, I got the space, right? Something else on here. I'll put in NVIDIA as we're looking. This pre-market action on NVIDIA, by the way, guys, it is, as you mentioned, Peter, this is gold right here. 2.2 million shares traded, up 1.5. Man, oh man, NVIDIA for the gold here. Wow, this is awesome. This is awesome. This is really good. This stock is so strong. If you want to trade AI, NVIDIA is probably the only one making money on AI right now, right? So it's hand over fist, man. Hand over fist.
Well,
This stock is
they're
just
at the front end of the
unbelievable.
supply chain, aren't they? Making the chips that supplies the servers
Peter, they're
that
at the
get
front,
people.
and everybody else is like not even in the same
Yeah.
room. It's
Well,
just
which means that they get
unbelievable.
the cash in first, right? Because whether anybody else makes money on AI or not, they're selling more chips. So that's I
Yeah,
guess that's what matters.
it's unbelievable. So really holding a monopoly here at the moment. Nvidia, awesome, great volume. We look at that one. You mentioned Tesla. I forgot to add Tesla. For me personally, I just need them to do anything better than what they did yesterday at the market open. So I'll add them on the list as well. Meta, let's see what Meta's up to. Peter, you said this best, I think, a couple of days ago last week. Meta, Amazon, I forget the other one. Those
Google.
three, they just Google. I would love them to trade better, but they don't. Once in a while, they give you a day that I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have watched it during this time. But that's like once every 2 weeks. It's just not worth me keeping it on the list for me personally, the way I trade, right? There's just a very weird type action on those three. So today I don't see anything interesting besides I do see this breakout from this daily support level, a resistance level that we're seeing here, right? So trying to get back to where they gapped down from just back in April. That could be interesting. Could be a good possible if the market gets going. If Nvidia's are able to, take the market on the shoulder and push it higher here, maybe this can follow suit. But for the most part, it's just one of these weird tickers, man.
I see a
Let's see
couple
here.
members mentioning Palantir,
Yeah,
PLTR, certainly an AI play. We've watched it occasionally.
yeah,
It has
had a
too
big
high
day
a
yesterday.
percentage of algo trading in it for me. If you look at the pre-market, even you can see that, which tells me it's not in play by retail traders, right? It's trading in a 1 penny range. You really need to look at a 1 minute, I guess, to see it pre-market, but it's there, and just tells me that you got to be careful on it. So PLTR's got to do something really special for me to want to trade it. I don't deny that it's sitting in a place on the daily where there's an opportunity for an upward move on it, but I never love trading this. The other one that I should mention,
Mhm.
Carlos, that we haven't talked about is GME. Not doing a lot
Yeah, what's going
pre-market.
on with GME?
Yeah, not much today, to be honest. But it's our favorite meme stock. Everybody's favorite meme stock. Remember yesterday, there was well, 2 days ago, I guess on Monday, it had popped up and then sort of sold off. Didn't do much in the market yesterday. I think the excitement's over on this, but
Hmm.
you never know, right? You just never know when somebody else is going to mention something, or our good buddy Roaring Kitty is going to be back in the airwaves and trying to create a move on it. But I think that I got to believe the Roaring Kitty, and if there's anybody behind him at this point, we don't know that, but is going to be very careful in using that influence, right? Because I think it's a very tenuous thing. They use it too much, they're going to lose the influence altogether. So they got to
Right,
be very, very
right.
careful about when he posts and when he tries to make the market move, because there's only so many times you can pull on that lever, right, before people start just getting exhausted by it. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he waited 3 years for this one, right? So that was a very, very long time. So definitely, that was exciting. Uh,
so
over on to our
Alex on the palm
Yeah, go ahead.
tree, asking a question: how is he not in jail? How is it legal? It's a good question. Really, it's one of these things. He's not doing anything illegal. In fact, what he's doing is
Not insider
exactly.
trading. Yeah,
It's not insider because he has no official affiliation with the company whatsoever. That it's just opinion, and if other people are listening to the opinion, so be it. It's very similar to what all these hit companies do, right? Like Hindenburg. Remember, where
right,
there was a hit
right.
report out from Hindenburg the other day on, I can't remember what it was on, AX, or I think it was
I
AX.
forgot.
Anyways,
They've done a few. They did one in AI a couple of months back. Remember that one on AI as well?
yeah,
The
it was
on the AI
AX. Yeah.
ticker.
Anyways, but all of these companies that put out these hit pieces that basically they short the company, then they release their analysis that says we think this company is overstated, or done something illegal or misled or whatever. Like, how is that
Same
not
thing.
illegal? They're basically
Yeah,
profiting from, because they take the trade first and then release their opinion, but they have no affiliation with the company, therefore it is just an opinion. If people happen to react to it, there's nothing legally preventing that, as sketchy as it feels. This just happens to be an individual who's able to do that versus a deep pocketed investment pool. So I've got to give a little bit of kudos. It's good to see the common man, right, one of the apes, be able to do that, play with the industry insider big boys and the deep pockets. But yeah, it is all a little fishy, frankly. But it's part of the market in which we work. People talk all the time about, is the market, is it rigged? Is it it's just one of these things. And look, it is. Like, the whole design of the system is made to benefit the deep pocketed money, especially the Wall Street insiders. We know that. You just, it's part of the trading environment in which you operate, and don't let it bother you too much, right? That's the environment in which we
yeah.
play. You find the opportunities. That's why we talk about these stocks in the morning. We're trying to pick the ones that have the good balance between deep pocket industry money that gives you the volume and the momentum, and I'll call it the smaller players or the retail players that give it the price action that we can follow and profit from. So that's our job each morning, is to find the ones we have the most opportunity to profit from with the right combination of players. So
Yeah,
that's my
absolutely.
philosophy anyways.
Uh, Alex on the palm tree says, "Cut the YouTube feed, cut the YouTube feed." No, we're
That's
okay.
right. And out.
But yeah,
Mic drop.
yeah, it's too late for that already. We said too much. All right, friends. 9:15. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to stop here, friends. I'm gonna look at Baba, Nvidia, Tesla because I want to get to what everybody else has, and we also want to give you guys. Oh, we don't. Our moderators list is looking very light this morning, so not a whole lot there. But let's cover our moderators. Please put some watches on so we can go through it. But I want to get to what I have: Baba, Nvidia, and Tesla. So we'll do levels for those, and then we'll head over to Brian and Lenny trading live with you this morning. So looking forward to that. So as far as Baba, let's take a look here. High of the pre-market on Baba this morning, we're looking at a 79.50. Again, this stock is not really in play, but I have it here in case something gets going. I do like the daily for a possible bounce, but bounce for overall, not looking all that great. So we'll do a level 79.50. Peter, did we do announcements? No, we did
Hello?
not, right?
Can you not hear me?
Yeah. Now can I hear you? Now I
Am I
can.
still here?
Now I can. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I am still here. All right.
Yeah.
But
What happened?
I was talking so long that we didn't do announcements.
Oh, let's do announcements. Let's
Oh,
do that. Actually, yes, we
I know.
did.
I
We
went on
didn't
a
do
rant
announcements. You're
and
right.
I threw everything off.
No, it's
Let's do them
okay.
real quick.
Okay.
It's a Wednesday today, which means it's psychology day. On a psychology tonight, we got Dr. Kenneth Reed that's with us doing his one good trade. One good trade related, one good entry webinar. He's going to talk about the psychology of managing that entry and how how you can profit from it. So that's tonight at 8 p.m. Next week, we're very happy to have Susan presenting on Wednesday, June the 12th, on an introductory to self-mastery. She does great work for us, especially with the trade books on the Peak Capital Bootcamp side. So we're happy to have her here at Bearable Traders to talk at 8 o'clock on June the 12th. So those are our two Wednesday webinars coming up. All right. So, like Carlos said, though, my rant took us a little late. Now let's get to setting some levels. We'll do it quickly.
Yeah, we'll do it quickly. And we don't have a lot here, guys. Only three tickers to go on. Let's look at Baba. So we have high of the pre-market 79.50. That is set there for you. If we get going, we're looking at 80.22. So that could be another good spot as well. And then towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last two trading days and the previous day close. So again, not heavily in play, but we'll see if anything can come out of that. The one that's my favorite this morning is Nvidia, guys. The volume is just unbelievable. 1184.50 is the high of the pre-market. That is your new all-time high this morning. Low of the pre-market is just slightly below the previous day close. So really the big level is going to be the previous day close here. You do have 1163 is the low of the pre-market, but I think everybody's just going to be looking at the king of all levels, which is that previous day close, right? People ask me sometimes, why is this level so important? And Jared has spoken in much detail about this. But also another thing is that everybody watches this level. You might not have the highs and lows for the last two trading days. You might not have the camera repair points, but everybody has the previous day close, right? It's just that important. So there you have it, friends. NVIDIA looking really, really good this morning. We have Tesla on deck also right now. Just again, we've been talking about this range sitting at the previous day close now, even at the low for the last two trading days, right around what is this 174 has been the support that we're getting there. And then the top of the range, there's two of them. We got the one around 180, 179, and then the big one around 182. So let's see what Tesla can do today. Their trading yesterday was brutal. Hopefully it's a little bit better today. Low of the pre-market this morning sitting at 175.20. So we'll slam a level there. As you guys over on YouTube slam that thumbs up, I think we're sitting just shy of that 300 likes. So help us get to 300 likes, friends. Really, really appreciate it. It does help us out a ton. But I think I saw 170 or something. So definitely help us do that. You got Peter giving us your thumbs up there for you guys to do that. All right. So as far as Tesla goes, please, better pre-market open. A market open action this morning, 176.23. Once you do that, you have everything else surrounding this. It's starting to get very nasty on the daily. So hopefully that can be better today. And there you have it, friends. Baba, Nvidia, and Tesla. I got a bunch of secondary stuff here. As we're going through the market open, as Brian and Lenny come on and they start talking about what they're going to be doing, I'll probably fine tune this and move one higher. Also, as I look next to our moderators list, we'll start with Thor here. I'll see what these guys have on their end, and if I see something I like, I'm going to add it to my list as well, to try to get at least 2 more on there. Thor this morning, looking at the overall market, spies and Qs, and then also NVIDIA, which is heavily in play today. He also has his futures he's going to be taking a look at. Then we have AM for Susan, aka Trading Mom here, AMD, Baba, and SPY overall market. And then secondary list, NVIDIA and INTC for her today. Amy will be looking at Disney, potential long, risky on that one. So as you can see there, be very careful. And then Lenny, who's going to be trading live with you this morning, NVIDIA, HPE, CrowdStrike, DLTR, GSK, and Spotify for him today. Pierre's looking at NVIDIA, Tesla. Brian, the man of the hour, likes NVIDIA, AMD, Apple, and CrowdStrike today. Apple's a good one, actually. I'm going to add Apple to the list. I know they're moving it higher, trying to get going here over resistance level the last couple of days. So I'll add it to the list to watch that as well. No IPOs, no SPACs for Peter today. And Peter, your list, AMD, Tesla, NVIDIA, HPE, and then we also have CrowdStrike with HBI as well. So that's a Peter's list for this morning. All right, friends, there we have it. We are HPE is moving. I do have HPE here. They got tons of volume. They're normally not a great trading stock, but we did mention them, right, Peter? I think they had, what was it, earnings?
Yeah, they had earnings. Earnings and lots of AI server sales.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to move up HPE. This will be fun to watch. I have the space, so why not? Typically not a stock that moves well, but today we have the room.
They're looking not bad. We'll have to see.
They're not, right? Yeah, they're very, very active. So
keep in mind, this is a New York Stock Exchange stock, so wait for the volume. Wait for that volume. It might not happen right at 9:30. Wait for the big volume. You'll know it when you see it. So yeah, don't jump too early on this, or you could get stuck.
Yeah, absolutely. Friends over on YouTube, we're sitting at 200. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, to everybody on YouTube, if you wanted to join the chat room, we didn't mention earlier, so we'll mention it right at the end of the show here. We do still have that $1 deal. Like we said, it's just to avoid the bots. That's the only reason we charge $1. If you want to join us, it gives you 1 week access to our chat room and to the onboarding class. We'd love it if you wanted to just test it out. We trade live all day. We only do it live for you on YouTube for maybe the first hour, but we're here all day with all sorts of good moderators and lots of commentary, and plus, of course, everybody in the room, right, who you can talk with. It's great to have a community of traders around you. So give it a try. Use bearbulltraders.com/YouTube, and you can get that $1 deal. So hopefully we'll see you in the room sometime soon.
All right.
Thanks,
excellent.
Carlos.
Good morning. I see that Brian is on. So Brian, we'll hand it off to you. Have a great trading day, guys. Hit that thumbs up. When I checked earlier, we're sitting at 216. We'd love to get to our goal of 300 as we continue to trade live. We have 532 people watching this morning over on YouTube. So thank you for that. Really appreciate the support, guys. We'd love for you to show a little bit more support and slam that thumbs up. Really appreciate you guys. Good morning, Brian. Off to you.
Good morning, everybody. So, there isn't a whole lot of stuff here that's super interesting, but we do have some possibilities here, some movers. We were trading the close last night, myself and Peter. Did a quick trade on Crowd. Actually, I made money shorting it because that was kind of the initial reaction on the close. So took a quick short on it, and it turned and burned obviously to the upside. So now we're looking at a gap up, but it's looking a little weak right now. The only thing about Crowd is 40-cent spread right now. The other one that's kind of interesting is Apple. It's currently trading above yesterday's high, and it looks like it wants to maybe continue. So let's get a screen up here. Lenny, are you on?
Yes, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good morning, sir.
Perfect. Good morning. Good morning. Can you also see me on camera? I'm not really sure. Really sure. Do you see me on the camera as well? Or does anyone see me? Okay, anyway, yes, here I am. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. So how are you doing?
Oh, yeah, I see you on the camera, on the VMix anyway. Yep, I'm doing good. Tesla's dropping a bit. We got kind of chopped up with Tesla yesterday, so I'm a little bit gun shy about trading Tesla, looking at Tesla.
Tesla was yesterday pretty choppy indeed.
Yes,
I remember it yesterday.
Tesla
Open,
does
showed
have,
some bottom.
I was going to say, Tesla does sort of have a bearish order book right now. Some orders down at 175, 74, and 73. AMD, Nvidia's looking strong. It's breaking. It's kind of breaking out here.
Yeah, markets, Nvidia, very, very strong. The job figure, job data, they were lower than expected. So that's good for the inflation and very bullish for the market and for the potential rate cuts. I think that's the
Yes,
news this morning.
I'm just curious. I mean, this is we're looking for, in a normal market, what I would call a normal market. You would think that bad economic news would mean people are a little bit, the market wouldn't be responding this way. But everybody seems to be so keen about getting a rate cut. It's just like, we don't care if the economy tanks. We want the economy to tank, so we get that rate cut. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if people really are thinking that that's what they, you'd be careful what you wish for. We want economy tanking.
Yeah. I really get the feeling that just suddenly it all turns around. That suddenly there's like some big negative event happening because of all the rate hikes, and then everything turns around. But that's just a feeling. I don't know.
All right. Well, like I said, Tesla's looking a little weak. I was surprised Tesla wasn't weaker yesterday on that news that Elon was clearly shifting some of his interest away from Tesla to more towards his AI project and Twitter, or X, I guess you call it now.
Mm-hmm.
So Tesla's falling, Apple's breaking out. PLTR. I'm looking at PLTR. I've never found PLTR to be a great stock that moves that great. Yeah, PLTR is breaking out too. It's kind of breaking out of a trading range here.
And also a very strong day yesterday in PLTR.
Yeah, PLTR had a dollar move yesterday, which is pretty good on a $20 stock.
Mm-hmm. Might be running a little bit extended into the intraday, I think, perhaps. Because moving up for 1 hour straight now.
Yeah,
PLTR.
I think 2280, 2290, maybe 23 could be an area where PLTR could go to today. Apple's still strong. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple's got some bids here, up at 196. All right, so less than a minute, guys. On YouTube, just be aware that the feed is delayed by about I think it's 10 seconds or so. So everything that you're hearing is delayed. So all the reason to spend that dollar and join us for a week.
I think GSK could be interesting as well. It gapped up from the last couple of days. It's in the middle of nowhere. Pre-market strong, so it could move.
This is Glaxo.
Yeah, GSK, not
Oh,
not sure if it's Glaxo, GSK. The market's opening. Enjoy, have fun.
you guys.
Trade responsible.
Here we go.
So, what else?
Reading a little bit here.
Nvidia starting weak.
Yeah, this was the way we started yesterday. Oh, Tesla dropped. Now, Tesla's gone red. Dang. I knew it was going to be weak.
Everything's starting weak. The first minute.
Long a little bit of Apple, just a small size, just because it's early. So we'll see what it does here. Long 195.60. I think it's going to go to 196.
That's a very strong start in Apple. Really a strong candle coming down, coming up, closing 80% of the candle. New high on the daily chart.
Yeah, see it's pulling back now. So still got a lot of bids there. It is sort of amateur hour for the first 20 minutes, 5 minutes, I should say.
Looking at crowd.
Here we go. Let's go, Apple. There we go. Selling at 196.04. Got another series of bids up here at 196.50. Sell some more here at 29, 196.29. Just partialing out slowly here.
That's a very nice strong move up.
Yeah, just like yesterday it was a bit of a move down, but Apple just was looking very strong. CrowdStrike looking pretty weak here. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm short. I went short CrowdStrike.
Nice. Apple's pulling back now. It's coming back to my break even here. Okay, Nvidia came back up just like it usually does. They usually have those sellers at the open.
Now it's rejecting again. Nvidia against the VWAP came up rejecting. But let's see what's going to happen.
Right, I'm getting out of the rest of Apple. So let's come back down to the VWAP here. It's getting close to my break even. I don't want it to go red on me. So yeah, nice little breakout at the open anyway. It's my break even there. So I'm out of it right now. It might, let's see, not sure where it's going. SPY is selling off a little bit here. Yeah, Tesla was today. Tesla was a good short. Today,
Yes.
Tesla moved the way I was expecting it to move yesterday. See, we've got a lot more orders down here. Dare I enter Tesla? Maybe if it bounces back a bit. 5 minutes into the trading day here. Nvidia's coming back up. AMD is looking like it's getting ready to break out here. Excuse me. Okay, it took a short on Tesla at 173.20. See what it does here. Looking for another leg lower.
I just made a new low of the day, so that could help Tesla.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for something nice, but I can't really find anything for my style of trading. Is there anything interesting that you see besides Tesla? Tesla breaking now low.
So things are kind of choppy. The Qs have pulled back to the VWAP. Same with the SPY. Still, here we go with Tesla. Okay, let's cover some here. 172.50, 56 filled. Still think there's more downside just based on what I'm seeing on the level 2. I'd like to see us get to 172. Oh, like AMD's breaking out.
I think from the semiconductors, MU and NVIDIA had the most volume pre-market, but
Yeah.
it seems to be AMD that is the one that is the most strongest. Let's go.
Yeah, probably.
The others.
I'm just going to cover some more Tesla here. Again, 172.50. AMD. Oh, look at Jared went long AMD. Very good. It's an R4. It's up at R4 right now. All right, patience. I'm just waiting for Tesla. Waiting on a friend. It's a lot of. Is that your? Or am I listening to birds on your computer or mine? Or am I listening to birds outside? I can't tell. Whatever it is, it's very peaceful.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's not here. It's not here, actually.
Must be here.
It's funny.
All right. It's going to cover some more at 172.36. I'm just, we're really extended. That's my concern. And Tesla has a way of turning around really quickly.
Somebody's messaging me about DSM.
Yeah, no pigeons here.
No pigeons.
No
garbage trucks. DSM, yes, that's a nice break.
There you go. See, look at that. That's the kind of thing that Tesla does. That's why I've been covering on the way down here. Tesla does these really weird moves.
Yeah. You also on the third and the fourth minute, like this big wick up. It's indeed
Yeah.
very Tesla. TSM is also a semiconductor that made a move today.
Oh, TSM, Taiwan Semi.
Yes.
Dell has dropped a bit. That's kind of interesting. It's giving this Tesla's giving me some heartburn now. That's okay. I'm still in the green. I'm actually thinking I might just cover the rest of it.
I think actually CrowdStrike could make a new move down. CrowdStrike looks weak.
Yeah, I'm going
That
to
is
cover
also-
Tesla for the rest. Okay, I covered Tesla at 173, so the rest of it was profitable too, but marginally. All right. See. Anyway, it was still a decent trade. Still got a nice move on it. AMD kind of failed on that breakout, failed right at R4. It makes me wonder if Thor shorted it there. Yeah, look at Tesla's going to move up now.
I just covered my crowd. Made also a small hotkey error.
Okay, cool.
So
All right, so I don't have any positions right now. I'm not really keen on going long Tesla because it's still below the VWAP, but I'm looking at AMD. AMD's got a lot of orders to the upside, which would be bullish. A lot of people are here waiting to sell stock, so they're thinking it's going there. And there isn't a lot of people thinking that it's dropping down. So let's see what AMD does here. I do like this R4 rejection, though. That would have been a good place to short it. Right around that 163.50 level.
and CrowdStrike is, by the way, now dropping.
Oh, yeah, of course, now, as soon as you get out of it.
Yeah, I got back in with them a little bit over trading.
Yeah, CrowdStrike's really interesting.
I don't like my entry now. Now my entry was too late, so I got out. It's not. I messed CrowdStrike a little bit up. The bias was good. I messed it up a little bit. So AMD now retesting the opening range. See, if we take a look at the 5-minute opening range,
Yeah.
AMD is now on it.
AMD kind of bounced off the 9 EMA.
As well, yes. SPY coming back up.
Yeah. And there goes AMD back through 163.
Oh. So could TSM still be interesting for you? You think it's now too extended? It's now being at the high of this year. It just broke the high. Or you don't really like to trade the Taiwanese semiconductor. For me, it's a bit too extended.
Bit of a fight going on with the buyers and sellers on AMD. Just trying to figure out where it's going to go. NVIDIA's back at high of day. Yeah, Tesla went back down, tested low of day there after that little gyration.
It looks weak with the selling pressure on top side. I have also like all the candles have like overlap. All the candles are trading almost within the range of the previous candle. That's also a bit difficult to trade, I think.
Q's back at almost at high of day here.
And crowd's interesting because you see the low volume in the pullback. However, it's already a little bit extended. And on the daily chart, we also made a big move. However, the low volume indicates that there might be a little bit more downside. Also, there's a very weak candle, completely overtaking the previous candle in crowd. But I think it's a little bit too extended now.
Yeah. Still watching AMD here. I think it's going to break out, but to the upside.
Yes, this looks strong.
It does look like every pullback is getting bought right now.
We see the opening range. We see the break out of the opening range. It's retesting, holding above it. Somewhat like a head and shoulders here.
Yeah.
There also might be some selling pressure on top, though.
Yeah, there's some selling pressure there. Yeah. There's a lot of bids building or asks building on the upside here.
Crowd just making a new low of the day.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at AMD. Getting to the high of the day, AMD. So let's see. We're gonna that's a violent breakout.
Yeah, here we go. Just long a little bit AMD. Just kind of breaking out. NVIDIA's breaking out. Yeah, I'm looking at the crowd is giving me some FOMO there. That would have been a good short on that pop up.
In crowd, you mean?
Yeah, yeah. Apple Apple really kind of fell back down to earth here. It's right back at where we started on the day. Okay, he's pulling back. I have to get out of it. Just getting back to it's actually gone red on me. So I'm out of AMD. Yeah, that was, markets again, the same thing as yesterday, kind of really choppy price action. Tesla's testing low of day here. Damn. AMD is horrible. Let's take a look at what Tesla looks like.
Tesla getting to the low of the day now.
Yeah, it bounced back. NVIDIA. Got some orders to the upside on NVIDIA. NVIDIA is heading to 1200.
Yep, that is very, very likely. Also, the last 3 days in NVIDIA has been very strong. 3 hammers in a row.
Every day going up. This is obviously running into the
Stock split.
the stock split. So
It's moving up and moving up, NVIDIA.
yeah,
Not the first time this year.
no, I'm just wondering. I'm honestly wondering what's going to happen to it when it splits. Typically a stock will fall back. Damn AMD. Yeah, see Tesla. Look at Tesla came ripping back up through the VWAP. Apple took a big bounce. The accuser high break. Oh, that's nice. I got along some Caesars yesterday. Mentioned I was going to take that for a swing trade.
That is a very strong move. May 31. Some pullback. You went long yesterday.
Yeah.
See, nice.
Yeah, I kind of like the way it's set up on a daily. It kind of it had a big move up on this. I think Carl Icahn had mentioned that he had invested in it,
Yeah.
and then after that big day, it kind of pulled back. But yesterday, it didn't pull back as much and kind of finished the day like a bit of a reversing candle. So.
Like a very nice pullback on the daily chart.
Yeah.
Candle is becoming smaller. Even though a little bit more volume already yesterday. That's nice. Nice trade. And crowd dropping further. It's not done yet.
No, it's not done. It's putting up a fight, but it's not done.
That's also why I always like the earnings play so much. Like they just behave a little bit different. They just behave more honest. If they're weak, they're more weak. If they're strong, they're more strong. They keep moving further. Earnings are such a nice catalyst. Two, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so actually crowd gave a very nice 5-minute opening range breakdown. So what do you think of NVIDIA for another move up?
I think it's possible. It looks like 1200 could be doable today.
Yeah, we see the move up. We see the red candles on low volume.
Yeah.
It's a little bit late in the move already, though.
It's going to do some consolidation here before maybe the next move.
Pullback looking really good, though. See the low volume, the two hammer candles on the low volume. Nvidia.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see that. Maybe perhaps waiting for some more confirmation. This candle did not close very well, his last candle. I think what I also found nice in crowd was like the last 4 days, it sold off very hard. And then today it gapped up, and it could also be a moment for the market participants to actually sell their shares. So it was like a lot of weakness. They maybe were like nervous in the last couple of days. Earnings come gapping up, gapped up perhaps like 10%, 15%, and that's also a good point to sell for a little bit higher price.
Yeah. There's a nice move, that pop to the 9 EMA would good place to go short. Again, it's a little bit jumpy on. The spread is 30 cents right now.
Interesting how the volume came in Nvidia at the 9 MA, the 9 EMA. Perhaps a signal of bottoming.
Yeah, might another move up here. AMD is going. It looks like it's going to go to previous day high, which is yesterday's high was just shy of 165, 164.85 ish.
Yes.
Big bids there.
AMD is not disappointing today.
No, it's the one that's really moving the cleanest. Although we've had some. It's got to be. I got to pick your entries here.
Yeah, it also is increasing RVOL. The RVOL started at 80%, more half the other semiconductors, and now it's like at 118. So it really like the volume is coming in. And you can also see it here. That's also a very strong sign.
Yeah.
But what about Nvidia?
Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Just a quick scalp on AMD. That was a nice little move there to 84. I got 164.83 filled. We're probably going to pull back here somewhere in this area because this was yesterday's high. Nvidia's back to high of day.
Interesting that the volume is relatively low in Nvidia in the last 3 candles.
Look at that pullback now, eh? Look at him. What did I tell you?
Yeah.
Big drop right at that level. You got to have those levels on your charts. You've got to have previous day high, previous day low. previous day close, just so you know where the stock price is going to react. So 10 o'clock, we've just had that. We've just had some data come out too. So we had a big drop. That might have been the same time we had that drop on the Qs and the SPY. So we had the ISM manufacturing, or ISM services number came out. All right, Matt. Matt's always good for the numbers. Non-manufacturing.
Now NVIDIA giving some topping signals. So what was the date that came out? Any particular?
I'm trying to figure out if 49.4 was the reading or if that was the expectation. I'm kind of running late here on my chat. Here we go. So maybe a little bit, let's see, weaker. Some numbers are weaker, some were stronger. Orders were, some were stronger. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I just was slow on my chat. It doesn't keep up for some reason, even though I've got that option checked. So here we go. AMD's going to come back up maybe, or are we going to double top here?
AMD breaking high of the day. Sorry, NVIDIA breaking high of the day.
Yeah, I think NVIDIA's going to 1200 here.
Buyers are not done yet with NVIDIA.
No, apparently. Looks like AMD is maybe.
Yeah.
Looks like AMD is sort of double topping here, but it's certainly the way the market is, you almost don't want to short it. Okay, we're coming down 9 EMA right now on AMD. 2-minute chart. But the VWAP sitting at 163.15. Again, I'm not, the way it's been so strong and the semis are so strong, it's a little bit scary shorting this stock. Yeah, Meta's kind of double topped here, hasn't it? Yeah, 1200. If it gets there, it looks like it wants to go there, right? All right. Well, again, we're not. We had that little bit of a gyration there at 10 o'clock, but now we're kind of settling back down again. SPY really sold off there and then snapped back.
I think crowd wants to make another small move down, but I think it's also way too extended to take it now.
Yeah.
Go to low of the day.
Let's see what it looks like for order book. It does have a big order at 315.
Yes, I see it.
Yeah. So AMD just kind of lost the 9 EMA. Now we could be coming down to 163.45 area, which would be 163.40, which could be the 20, and then VWAP 163.15. Huh. Lulu's getting hit today. I guess they're selling in advance of Lulu reporting later today.
That's a beautiful trend down intraday, right? Move down, pullback, selling pressure, another move down.
Yeah.
Pullback on very low volume. Lulu.
Yeah. Lulu's right at yesterday's low right now. Should bounce here. People are definitely, obviously, some people are a little bit worried about holding Lulu through earnings. It's really come off its highs. It was trading at up to 480 back in like literally 3 months ago. And then they had that disastrous earnings report where it dropped from 480 down to around 400. And it's been selling off ever since. So actually, probably price to earnings ratio is a little bit more reasonable. I think it's at around 20.
Yeah, it dropped
But
almost.
some of the consumer
40%.
discretionary stuff has been struggling for sure. Just like some of these restaurants are struggling while others are doing fairly well. Keep saying consumers tapped out. Crowd may have another leg lower here.
There's each move up, getting sold off hard in crowd. Moving up,
Yeah.
big engulfing candle as well here around 953. Moving up, big selling pressure candle. However, now we're also forming a range since 955. But yeah. So what did Dollar Tree today? Not so much, right? Moved up. They had also had earnings today. Moved up, so very
Dollar
very
Tree
hard to
was
read.
dropping a bit there. Yeah.
I also was looking at Spotify for a second day play. Yesterday it broke out and closed all the way at the high spot, and they looked pretty strong for potential second day play. But today the candles don't look like anything pretty. See, like big candles, small candles overlap. There's gaps between the candles. That's not something I think we want to trade. GSK made a nice sell off today. Perhaps there was entries possible here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-minute opening range. Yeah, could have been traded for the 5-minute opening range breakdown. Gapped up in the middle of nowhere between the previous range and the range before. There was not too much volume, to be honest. I'll also look at the 1-minute chart. 15k shares trade per minute. That's also not what we would like to trade. So that was not interesting.
Okay, well, a couple good trades this morning. Apple Tesla and AMD didn't trade as well. That one as well, but yeah, there goes CrowdStrike is dropping some more here. See what else. What else have we got on the Lulu's still weak. Let's see what. Just out of curiosity, see what the expected move is on Lulu.
So you might be considering to trade the earnings, to make an earnings play in the post-market.
I don't know that I wouldn't. I don't think I'd trade Lulu earnings. I don't. I don't really. It's sold off so much that it. You know, even if they have a mediocre report, it might actually pop the stock. So I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not confident that I'm not confident either way. Let's see what it just keeps. It just keeps
interesting. Yeah, exactly. For that reason, I think like now you see the price action in a range for the last 10 days. Perhaps if after the earnings, the price action breaks above this range, perhaps then entering.
There's a gap. Yeah, there's a gap to fill here at 320, sort of 323.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at Lulu was a really nice trading stock here. You can see on the level 2, we came down and filled all these areas of liquidity. And now we're right down into this 301. Really extended, but the volume, still the selling volume is pretty high. You look at the high level of selling volume, there's almost, when the buying comes in, there's almost no volume at all. So as far as a expected move, 300 calls and puts, 300, volatility is really high on this. 300's 18, let's call it 1850. Call it 17. So expected move is somewhere around $35. So that's pretty, on a $300 stock, that's that's a pretty decent swing. GME.
Yeah. I think I might be looking for Lulu in the post market for a break here of this range. So what about GME?
John was mentioning GME. What is it doing? Oh, it's popping up. Oh, look at it rip. This is funny. Kind of like if you caught the pre-market show with Peter. Peter was making some pretty interesting points, and I think it's kind of the debate that's going on as to whether Roaring Kitty is doing anything illegal. And I am kind of with Peter on this. I don't think he's doing anything different than any of these talking heads that come on CNBC, and talk their book. I mean, CNBC and other stations like it are pretty, they're pretty transparent. They say that, the traders that come on, the people that come on have, could have an interest in any of these stocks. So he's just talking his book, basically. Yeah, AMD's right back at high of day on that after that pullback. It never really did. We like this 920 trade. It never really pulled back never really did get to the 20. on that pullback. It did go through the 9, but it didn't really stay there. As in stay below the 9.
AMD, yeah, this is pretty interesting. You see like the higher lows on the 1 minute, but you also see like a lot of overlap in the candles. So it seems to be strong, but also a little bit the volatility died down.
NVAX is showing up on the scanner too here. So GME, it does have, let's see, is there anything shortable? Symbol is shortable. 2.4 million
Yes.
shares. So there are shares for short.
For which
NVAX
stock?
as well.
Yeah,
And
look at the 3-bar
NVAX
play on
had
the
a
daily
really
chart in NVAX. Beautiful
Yeah.
3-bar play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-minute opening range breakout.
Wow.
Retesting in low volume. Moving up further.
Really clean move on NVAX today.
Yep. Very clean, both the daily chart and intraday price action.
It looks like crowd has started to get some legs here to the upside. It's trying to move back up through the 9 and the 20.
Yes. Yeah, the price action was so long in a range. Then I think a little bit the edge is a little bit gone. The direction, the bias. Price action moved like 20 minutes just sideways.
Apple's popping. Interesting. At 10 o'clock, right at 10 o'clock, the yields popped up. Another stock that's really sold off today is Snow, SNOW. Man, it has really hit the skids here. I don't know what's going on there.
It's maybe related to CrowdStrike. Is that possible? Because I believe it's both cybersecurity.
Maybe. It's almost lost $10 here, from 138 to 129.50.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely some good movers today. Bros Coffee, they're breaking out.
But as always in trading, it's about having the right stock in front of you.
Yeah. Bros is breaking out. It looks like I don't think that's an all-time high, but it's pretty close.
Bros, you said? Or what is the ticker?
Yeah, Bros, BROS. It's Bros Coffee. Almost like Dude's Coffee.
Yeah.
I think they're copying us.
That's also a strong move up.
Snow is well beyond S6. I mean, it's I don't know what on a weekly. This if you go back, you've got to go back a year on Snow to find this this low. Back in March of 2023, we hit a low of 1 well, 129, 128.76. So we're like a buck from this. Let's see if there was another low here, 128.56. We're like a buck away from this low that happened in March a year ago on SNOW. Massive sell-off from 230.
They get really beaten up since February.
Hey guys, just a reminder there, if you're following us on in YouTube, always appreciate the likes. Helps us out. It's an easy thing, just go over and click that thumbs up button. And hope you've enjoyed the trading session so far. We've had some pretty decent moves. Wow, snow with just no bottom on snow right now. Skidding off the road here.
Nvidia now reaching the high of the day again, and also the high of the range. No shorts in snow.
I said no short selling restriction, even though it's probably
yes. I think Nvidia is now the high of the range. I would not long it here. I would always wait for a break.
Yeah, AMD broke out. Yeah, CrowdStrike's making a move back to the View app here, which could be what is that? 325.65. Got another buck or two to go on that one. We do have some orders at 325 here. AMD is looking like 166 is possible now.
So AMD the strongest of the semiconductors today, together with TSM. TSM is the actually strongest. So let's see if Nvidia can find the power for another leg up. So far still in the range. Nice low volume in this red candle in this late move up. So that's a strong sign. See moving up, pullback. And we're breaking out Nvidia as well.
I'm just long AMD for this move through 166. Here we go. We're going to get it. Here we go. Come on, another couple pennies.
Nice one. Nvidia, this last candle was interesting. Closed above the range and then made a new high.
Yeah, there goes Nvidia as well. See, we're going to 1200.
Let's see if the price, the 1200 is going to be a magnet to catch the price.
Yeah. Oh, Jared just bailed on AMD. Didn't want to hold on to though for those last couple pennies. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 99, printed 99. Okay, I'm gonna get out of some of it at 80. 165, 81 filled here, so let's might have to do a little pullback before we take that high out.
So $1.50 more for Nvidia 1200.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Increasing volume as well, both buyers and sellers.
Yeah, there's definitely a $1,200 magnet there. Just, getting out more at 80, 165, 80. A little bit concerned here that's not blowing through this number.
And you really bounce up to exactly 166, right? 2 times to the
Oh,
penny.
here we go. Come
There
on.
we go. Yep, it's gonna break out, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, let's go. Also,
99, 165, 99.
really also interesting price action. Pullback in low volume. Still we need to make like a new high here, would be the high one, first high after the pullback. I think AMD will break anyway.
Here we go. Just sold to 166.01. Just for that breakthrough. Now we'll do a pullback here. Maybe. So I'm all out. Qs are really breaking out here. SPY is back up at pretty close to high of day here.
And AMD goes.
AMD still got more legs here.
I see.
All
The end
right,
is nearing.
the music is playing, and that means that our time is up on YouTube. So everybody, hope you had a good morning. Certainly the semis were on fire today. Thanks for joining us. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't already, and we will see you tomorrow morning.
Thank you very much, all. Have a good day. See each other tomorrow again.